Alright, what's up YouTube? This is not gonna be a quick video. I got a little ranting to do, and I want to kind of change up the message, so bear with me as I stir up my coffee. I ran out of hazelnut cream, so today we're gonna go with French vanilla. We're gonna go with French vanilla. And on today's video, I wanna have a moment of transparency. Is it okay? A moment of transparency, and kind of let you guys know a little bit about Mr. Huff. Is that okay? All right. So, first and foremost, I want everybody to know that I'm the bad guy. I'm not perfect. I've made many mistakes in my life, and I'm going to continue to make many mistakes on my journey through life. I have a very colorful background. I've been behind bars. I have a lot of things on my record that I'm not proud of. I've been in some bad relationships and did a lot of things that I regret. So there it is. All right. Now, with all that, in a lot of ways, the things that I've been through and a lot of the experiences that I have had have made me who I am today. And for that, I don't regret anything that I've been through. So, let's see, where'd I begin? Well, here lately I haven't been making too many videos because I've been really tired with training people, then hustling on the side, cutting grass, painting, plumbing, construction, moving people. So I go out all day and work out in the sun. It's still the summertime. And then when I come home, instead of going to sleep like a regular person, I stay up 5-6 hours. Or if I get in the zone, I might stay up all night writing a chapter or several chapters in my book. So let me plug my book in. My book, next week, I'm in the process of talking to a major publisher, and I've already submitted my manuscript, and they're gonna let me know one way or the other if they think that it's either a bologna sandwich or T-bone steak. So either case, I look forward to an objective analysis and some constructive criticism. So stay tuned for that. So back to what I've been talking about. There's a lot of things going on in the world today. In the United States, as well as in other countries, you got protests erupting and looting and rioting everywhere. uh, social unrest, injustices. A lot of these things are coming to the head. Multiplied with things like an upcoming economic depression, COVID-19, uh, possible people getting kicked out on the streets and foreclosure on their homes and places of residence because of the jobs that they had before the pandemic are not there anymore. So in these next few months, 3 to 6 months, things are going to be coming to a head, and it's going to be some new developments. So to everybody that's going through something or don't know what the future might hold, just keep your head up and stay strong and be patient. Keep moving forward and keep rising above. Now, about rising above, one of the things that I've been working on a whole lot here lately is the release of my clothing line. Right now, I don't have a whole lot of things going on besides t-shirts, hats, socks, coffee mugs, but I really would appreciate any support that a person would be willing to support the brand, which is more than just a brand. And I'm not going to get too deep in depth on my brand right now, but it's more than a brand. What I want to endorse is a way of life. And how I want to endorse it is from the standpoint of what I was going through at the time that I conceptualized my brand and the concept and the idea and the way of life. So a while back, maybe 6 months to a year ago, it was I went through so much I don't even remember a lot of the things, but either I had lost a job or I had a job and wasn't happy with the conditions on the job. I didn't think that I was getting paid enough money. I didn't think that I was being treated fairly. I didn't think that I was given enough free hours at home to spend time with my friends and family. Something like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week on one week, and then on the second week we would work 5 days a week, 12 hours a day, and then we would go home for 2 days to spend with our friends and family, then back on the road to whatever city or state to work on roofs. And a lot of ways, even though it was kind of rough on your personal life, I enjoyed the experiences from that job, moving around, seeing a lot of places, meeting people from different cities, and I guess the word, I don't know if the culture is the right word, but people, I would notice that people in New York would have a different way of looking at things, and a different a way of moving around and experiencing life than somebody from maybe Tennessee or somebody from Florida. And then that might be different from somebody from Texas. And it was just real good to broaden my horizons and see the world through the lens of different perspectives. So when I was going through this rough period and patch of my life, I don't I didn't have anybody to talk to. And as men, I don't even think it's specific to black men. Maybe men in general. Oftentimes we're socialized to internalize our emotions and things that we're going through. And to be straight up, we have to understand that all the same emotions that a man has, that a woman has, a man has those same emotions. We have fear, we have uh, hate, we have love, we have sadness, we have regret, we have envy, we have jealousy, hurt. We have basically the same set of emotions. Um, but we express them in different ways, and a lot of times in today's society, that's something that's not really addressed, and I think it's the root to different things. It might have some correlations to mental issues, holding in repressed issues and things of that nature. Well, anyway, as the evolution of what I was going through at the time, I contemplated suicide. I contemplated checking myself into the crazy house, you know, and just I didn't know what to do. Nobody wants to listen to my problems. Even right now, nobody wants to listen to my problems, and that's cool. You know, I can deal with it because of a new perspective and a new way of thinking that I have developed. So, if somebody's like going through something right now, I want to kind of inspire you and give you the same message and the same philosophy and ideas and approach that helped me to get through my rough patch. Because to be honest, if somebody, if I was talking to myself, you know, like the person I am now, talking to myself where I was and the state I was in, I don't even think I could have got through to myself. That's how rough it is, and that's just how life goes. I don't think it's personal. In a lot of ways, we're dealt with certain hands, and we just have to play the best that we can with the card that we're dealt. You know, sometimes if you play in spades, you might get a hand with no spades, not even face cards, right? And you know, there's a strong possibility. Matter of fact, you're not going to get any books. But maybe what you can do is maybe keep playing a certain suit to where you can assist your partner in getting a book. So even though you can't get a book yourself, you can kind of help. You can kind of make something out of nothing. You can kind of make lemonade out of lemons, right? So as I was going through this rough patch, first of all, I have a long and lengthy history of going to mental facilities, and we can get into that a little bit. Let's get into that. Let's open up that can of worms. So, when I was young, about 9 years old, my mother was killed, and you know, at the time that it happened, it really wasn't a big deal. You know, how it was communicated to me was, you know, I'm sorry, your mother was killed, and I'm 9 years old, and you know, at the time, I don't know if I was playing with GI Joes or Transformers. I don't know. I might have still been watching the Smurfs, but I really had no true concept of what death was. In other words, I thought that, okay, she's dead. When will she come back? Tomorrow? Maybe next month? Maybe next year? What's the big deal? Why is everybody looking so sad? What's the big deal with being killed? And when I think about it now, I'm like, dang, man, I really had no idea or concept of what death was. So, as time went on, years, months turned into years, years turned into many years, and I went through a whole phase of my life without really kind of having a true understanding of what death was. I never went to therapy. I never really had an in-depth dialogue about death. So my understanding of it was from cartoons, right? Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. They killed each other all the time, and excuse me, the next episode they would come back to life. It's just usual. It wasn't no big deal. Excuse me. So I internalized it, and at the time that I was internalizing something that didn't seem right, I had no way to really talk to somebody about it and explain to anybody what was going on within inside my brain, because I didn't have a vocabulary or even a framework to explain to anybody what I was even dealing with. So what happens, like a lot of young men and even women that goes through a traumatic experience and doesn't have a vocabulary or understanding of a framework to express to somebody what they're going through, they act out and express different actions in other ways. Me, I expressed a lot of what I was going through internally through physically fighting. So, I know that a lot of times I was filled with rage. Even these days, on the inside, I feel like that there's a fire that's always burning, and I understand this. And looking at myself through an introspective lens, I can somewhat deal with it and kind of analyze some of the gears behind my thought process. And I fought, I turned to the streets, gangs, dropping out of school, to gangs, to violence, to selling drugs, robbery, stealing, just everything, just all the bad stuff that a person can do. I took part in that because I was in a bad state of mind that I had no idea how to communicate and explain to people what I was going through, and how messed up stuff that was going on inside of me, right? But you would think that somebody that goes through a traumatic experience, like these days, it's real good. A lot of times these days, psychiatry and mental health is more normalized. It's not a taboo subject, and it's okay to get therapy, right? Um, you know, it's a natural evolution of going through a traumatic experience. But, you know, 20 years ago, um, if you had to go see a psychiatrist, what they would call a shrink, that means that something was inherently wrong with you as a person. Okay, so there's a whole lot of stigma involved with that. So, you know, in the black community, um, there's a whole lot of, let's be straight up, there's a whole lot of mental illness and grounds and reasons for a large segment of the black community to get therapy. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He endorses it big time. Um, he a lot of times he endorses it, getting therapy, in the context that, you know, a person, it's probably not a good idea for a person to be getting in and out of relationships if they got things going on within themselves that they haven't dealt with, or that they need to deal with. But even out of that context, just to be a functioning human being, to live life hitting on all cylinders, and whatever type of normal type of life that you idealize, therapy would be fundamental uh, after going through any type of traumatic experience. So after all that, like I said, going back, rewind, going through this, like I said, 6 months to a year ago, going through all that crazy stuff, I gave up hope, but I knew that I just needed something to look at. I needed something to grab, something to hold on to. And that's why, especially in the black community, I know a lot of people don't like hearing about the black community, but there's a whole lot of issues that I can see and understand, because I have a good perspective from viewing things, being that I'm within it. So in the black community, as a whole, we need therapy. We've been through so much, and we want to believe. We just need something, anything to hold on to. Oftentimes, we look for hope in different ideologies, different symbols, different people, different things of a physical nature. For example, some people, they put their hope in education. Getting an education is going to solve all their problems. If they can just get an education, if they can just get a degree, as a disclaimer, by any means, I'm not saying that getting a degree is bad, but putting your sole divine purpose for your life and just getting a degree, and that's going to solve all your problems. A degree is not the answer. There's some people that put all their hopes and dreams in Jesus, right? And like I said, I don't know, no disrespect to Jesus, but I don't like the idea of putting hope in something or someone without at the same time holding some type of accountability on yourself. For example, I'm with the black community, I want Jesus to come back, right? I wanted him to come back yesterday, right? And solve all my problems. I can't wait. I'm gonna be waiting. I'm gonna be waiting like Santa Claus with some milk and some cookies. But until that time comes, as a man, I'm gonna be doing my part each and every day. along my journey of whatever my purpose is in life. So I just don't want to take away from the self-accountability aspect of that. So back to what I was going through at life. This video's getting long. So this is my symbol, and when a person looks at it, it's they say, oh, this is an M. And well, what is your name got an M in it? And yes, it does, but it's not really an M. If you want it to be an M, it can be an M. But basically, it's a think of it as a trajectory path. And even though you seeing it like in this aspect, this is just a section of it. Okay, so this is a trajectory path. This line is a trajectory path, and this line is your life. Okay, this line is your life. So throughout your life is going. You're here, you've been born, and you know one day you die. We all gotta die. Throughout your life, as it's going, there's gonna be points in your life where something's good's gonna happen. Even with all the bad things in your life, you're gonna one day you're gonna walk outside and the sun is gonna be shining. You're gonna get a good job. You're gonna get in a relationship with a person that you love, and you're gonna get a new car, a new outfit, and you're gonna be real happy, and it's gonna feel real good. And then there's gonna be points in your life that you're gonna kind of go down, and you know it's gonna be kind of rough, and it's nothing personal. What we gotta understand is that's just kind of how life is. And I was talking to a guy the other day at the baseball game, and what I was talking about with the guy was that in my life personally, you know, I used to play a lot of sports, and you know, the funny thing about playing sports is, in a lot of ways, you learn more from a loss than you do from a win. And I think that's something that's kind of like missing in today's society. It's all about winning, you know, all the fame and the glory, but you gotta learn the ugly part too, and losing. Losing is important. You learn a lot from losing. You learn, one of the things you learn from losing is not the end, right? And a lot of times in losing, it resonates more in some of the lessons that you learn and what you can do to win again, right? So as life is continuously going, you know, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You know, what's going on today's Saturday, you're gonna rise up. You know, we're gonna get through this. And a lot of people, I hate saying the cliche, was it the new normal? Well, whatever you want to call it, but we're gonna get through this. Whatever it is, we're gonna get through it, and we have to continually rise. And people, and when you go through adversity, it's almost like or obstacles. It's just like a muscle. The more things that you go through in life, the more able you are with being able to deal with things in life, right? So, you know, like I started this video off saying, I've been through a whole lot of stuff, and you know, I'm not whining about it, but I would like to whine. Can I whine a little bit? Whine, whine, milk, milk. Right? Nobody really cares, you know, in today's world. You know, if you whine, nobody cares. So let's do some whining. Let's, you know, as a man, you just got to deal with it and keep it moving. Right? What can you learn from whatever you're going through, and what are some solutions to the problems? So basically, this symbol means rise above, and the message that I would like to leave you guys with whatever you're going through, whatever you've been through in life, and I've been through my fair share, and I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of you guys that's been through you all's fair share, and even right now, I don't have a quote unquote good job. I don't make $100,000 a year. I'm not 6 feet tall. I don't own a home. I don't have a fancy car. I don't have a wife, a beautiful wife. I'm 40 years old, right? Some people might say that I'm over the hill, but for me personally, I'm gonna do a video later. I'm gonna show you how I feel. I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna show you how I feel. This is the best year of my life. I'm 40 years old and I'm having the best year of my life. I don't know if I can give a comparative age. I guess how maybe a man might conceptualize with being like 16 when they can like run 100 miles and do 100 push-ups. That's how I feel right now, and just want to give out hope. And with everything that goes on, I know that I want to give a shout out to my new subscriber. This video is going on too long, but I think coming on Tuesday, this Tuesday, they're having a Breonnathon in Louisville, Kentucky, in honor of Breonna Taylor. And a lot of times everything that goes on in downtown Louisville takes place on 6th and Jefferson. So thanks for my new subscribers, Art, Junior, and for all the likes and the comments, and even the negative comments. I fully accept constructive criticism. Even if you try to hurt my feelings, I like that too. And just keep your head up, and we're gonna see how this thing plays out. I don't know what's gonna go on with the police officers and the Breonna Taylor case, but it's a tragic situation. Anytime somebody loses their life, it's bad, and we want justice. We want justice for Breonna Taylor, just like it was your sister, you know, or your mother, or your auntie. So until later on, peace.